class, today we're talking about notes 5-3, distribute and combine like terms, and I'm in your binder on page 8. So, today what we're talking about is we need to distribute before we combine like terms. We've learned how to distribute, we learned how to combine, now we're actually going to put them together to solve one problem. So if we look at the directions, it says, in order to simplify an expression with variables, you must first distribute, then combine like terms. An easy way to remember this is distribute is D, combine is C. We live by Washington, D.C. We're always going to distribute and then combine. So if we look at our example, we ask ourselves, do I have distributive property? Do I have that number outside of a group that I need to share with the numbers within the group? And in this case, I do. The 2 is the number on the outside that I need to distribute. So I'm going to do the distributive property. Outside times the first, outside times the second. I'm not doing anything with this positive 6r because it's not in the grouping. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. So if I rewrite it 2 times the first, which is r, plus, because it's a positive 2, 2 times the second, which is a positive 4, and then I still have positive 6r at the end. Then I can multiply this one. 2 times r is 2r. Then I have positive 2 times 4, which gives me positive 8. Then I have plus 6r. Now, I did my distributing. The next question I need to ask myself is, do I have any combining like terms? Do I have anything that's the same? Well, remember, this goes back to when we had different colors. I have my 2r, and I have a positive 6r, and then I have this positive 8. That's a constant. So, I'm going to come up here again. I'm going to just move over. So I'm going to rearrange. Put my r's first. Letters go first. 2r plus 6r plus 8. And then I can combine my 2r and my 6r. 2r plus 6r gives me 8r's plus 8, because I can't do anything with this constant here, it's just by himself. And that is as far as I can go when I simplify out that problem. So that would be the answer. Now, if you're able to do this step here in your head, then do that part in your head. 2 times r is 2r. 2 times positive 4 is positive 8 plus 6r, and then you can skip this writing it out. But if you are still confused with the distributive property, please continue this step here. Don't just get rid of it. So let's look at the next few and let's do some examples together. Directions: use the distributive property, then simplify the expressions by combining like terms. Always DC. So I'm looking for the distributive property. Do I have any distributive property? Well, I have a number here, this negative 3 times the 8 and the v. So this is my distributive property right here. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 10v, and then I'm going to put negative 3 times 8 and negative 3 times positive v. I can just multiply those, so I have negative 10v minus 24 for that negative 3 times 8. And I'm going to do negative 3 times v, so that'll give me negative 3v. So I did my distributive. Do I have any combining like terms? Well, I have v's. I have a negative 10v, and I have a negative 3v. And then I have a constant of negative 24. So I can rearrange. Negative 10v minus 3v minus 24. Combine my v's. Negative 10v minus 3v gives me negative 13v, and then I still have minus 24. That negative 13 came from these ones here, and then I have the negative 24, which is a constant. And this here is my final answer. That's as far as I can go. Now, I would recommend for these probably using some lined paper, because as you can see, the work can get kind of crammed into that little space. Let's look at number 6 together. In number 6, I have to see, do I have any distributive property? Well, I do right here. I have a negative 2 times this positive 2 times my negative 8b. Okay, so I have the negative 2 that's out front here. Then a negative 2 times a positive 2 is going to give me negative 4. A negative 2 times a negative 8b is going to give me a positive 16b. Now, if you were watching, I skipped this step right here that we've been practicing with our distributive property. If you need to still show that step, go ahead, but I just skipped that step here whenever I'm doing my practice. Then I have to see, do I have any combining like terms? If you still need to use colored pencils, go ahead. I have a constant. I have another constant. And then I have this positive 16b. There's only one b, so that's all I can combine it with. So a negative 2 and a negative 4. And remember, I should probably rewrite this to put my letters first. So I have 16b minus 2 minus 4. So I'm left with my 16b, so I have 16b, and a negative 2 minus 4 gives me negative 6. And that's as far as it will go, so that's my answer. So go ahead, try number 7, pause the video here, try it yourself. When you're ready, unpause the video. Okay, now that you've done number 7, let's check it together. So we ask ourselves, do I have any distributive property? That's the first step. I have a positive 2 times 4x and a positive 2 times 1. So I have the 1 that's out front, 1. Positive 2 times positive 4x is going to give me positive 8x. Positive 2 times a positive 1 is going to give me a positive 2. Then I see, can I combine any like terms? I have a constant, a positive 2 constant, and then I have this positive 8x. Rewrite it so your letters are first. So I have 8x, this is a positive 1, so plus 1, plus 2, and then I can combine those under my answer here. 8x, because that's by itself, I don't have anything else I can combine with it, and then I have these here. 1 plus 2 gives me positive 3. So there's your answer for that one. Pause the video here, try number 8 by yourself. When you're ready, unpause the video. Alright, now that you've done it, let's check it together. So, do I have any distributive property? Yes, I have this negative 8 against the parentheses, and I can't do anything with the insides. Outside times the first, outside times the second. I have negative 8 times positive 1 gives me negative 8. Negative 8 times a negative 4n gives me a positive 32n. And then I still have the minus 2n out in the back. Then I ask myself, do I have any combining like terms? Well, I have a constant here, no other constants. And then I have this positive 32n and the negative 2n. I'm going to put my letters first, so 32n minus 2n minus 8. Then I can combine these two here. 32 minus 2 gives me 30n, and then I have minus 8. And that's, I combined these two here first, and then I did the 8. So there is my final answer. So go ahead, try the ones down below, and when you're ready, you can either check them with the key that's on the website, or you can ask me for help.